You Can't Run Forever is a brand new 2024 film that was directed by Michelle Schumacher, who is the wife and spouse of J.K. Simmons. And this is a thriller slash action, sort of, but mostly a thriller. And it stars J.K. Simmons in the antagonist role. So he's playing a villain through the entire thing. And that's really what sold me and made me want to watch this film in particular is to see J.K. Simmons in a villainous role, because he doesn't usually take them, but he's definitely stylized and he has that characteristic and physique that he definitely seems like somebody who could easily slide into a villain role, and he absolutely does in this film. Um, But basically what we have going on here is it's your standard cat and mouse thriller. It takes place in the woods, the vast majority of the film. And it's about J.K. Simmons' character, whose name is Wade, chasing down this girl who runs into the forest. And after murdering her father, he starts to chase her down and try to, basically kill her in the woods while she's trying to get away from him and hide from him. She's a very athletic girl. She's played by Isabel Anaya, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This film also has Olivia Simmons in it, who's J.K. Simmons' daughter. So there's definitely a lot of connections there. Where I don't think Michelle Schumacher wrote this film, but she definitely got her husband to play in it as the antagonist, and then their daughter playing in it as well. This film, it left me a little bit disappointed with what I was expecting. The standout, hands down, is J.K. Simmons. I mean, the guy's a legendary actor, so he can bring anything to any role. And like I said, I was excited to see him as a villain, and he definitely delivers the villain aspect to this film. I can't really say a whole lot about the rest of the acting, though. It's pretty mediocre, and this film has a huge TV movie feeling to it. The way it's directed and the way it's written and everything. A lot of the dialogue is very cheesy, but also way too basic and simple. This film does not reinvent the wheel in any way, shape, or form, and a lot of it seems formulaic and just rehashes of other films that were doing this better. And really, outside of J.K. Simmons, I really can't say a whole lot of positives to this film. There's just certain moments that really, really stand out as ridiculous. I don't want to get into too many of them for spoiler reasons, but like I'll just give one example quickly. There's one instance where the girl, the main protagonist, her name is Miranda. There's a scene where she ends up accidentally eating mushrooms, but she takes the bag and she's hungry and she just starts eating them, and it literally says, like, I think it says like have a good trip on it or something, and it's called shrooms. Like, it literally says shrooms on the bag. And the fact that she just doesn't notice this is absolutely ridiculous. There's this really, really forced love story slash love interest that comes through the middle of the film, where she runs into this kid in the forest, and he all of a sudden starts helping her out, and then they start talking like they've known each other forever, and it just gets really, really stupid in a sense. Even the whole reasonings for Wade's character, the explanations that they give for him doing everything that he's doing, being the villain, even those are forced and ridiculous, and don't seem to have any kick or reasonability to them. They seem to be put in there for the sake of moving the film along. So yeah, this one wasn't advertised much, and I can probably see why, but I was surprised that it wasn't advertised as much as it was, being that it has J.K. Simmons in it. But as I said before, J.K. Simmons is pretty much the staple in this film, and everything else definitely is lacking when it comes to story and basically everything else that has to do with the film. It just wasn't for me. Some people will like it for the thrills. I mean, it is paced well. Like, it moves. It's not slow, but like at any time does it not slow down or anything like that. So its movement and its pace is well done. It's not overly long either. But for the type of film it is, I've just seen so many better ones and films that were much better done in the same caliber of films. So that's really all I got to say about it. There's really not a whole lot to talk about with this one. So that's You Can't Run Forever. It's out streaming now, so it's easy to find. If you want to see J.K. Simmons play, you know, a ruthless badass, which he's very capable of doing, and he certainly delivers really well in spades with this one. Check it out. But I wouldn't pay too much money for this one. Yeah, so not a huge recommendation, but J.K. Simmons is cool. So subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.